Okay, I'd like to call to order the regular scheduled meeting of the Elk Grove Park District for September 30th, 2021. Can we have a roll call, please, Kathy?
President Cook?
Here.
Commissioner Yankee?
Here.
Commissioner Carlson?
Here.
Commissioner Wells?
Here.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Here.
Okay, and then Kathy, under item 3C, under the closed session minutes, I think Bob was excluded on there.
We just need to add him in attendance and,
In the motion.
yeah.
In the motion. So I'm gonna do a motion to approve the minutes, so if you, with the added amendment of adding Bob.
That was me.
Okay.
Okay, so, all in favor of approving the minutes from September 9th, 2021, Committee of the Whole minutes, and September 9th, 2021 for the regular meeting minutes, and September 9th, 2021 for closed session minutes, with the addition, amendment of adding Bob Biedke.
Closed session needs a roll call, though.
Roll call needs, okay, so we'll come back to that. So just approval for the September 9th meeting, Committee of the Whole, and the regular scheduled meeting. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, 5 approved. Okay, so I need a motion to approve the closed session meeting minutes with the amendment to add Bob Biedke in attendance.
So moved.
So moved.
Second, okay. Roll call, please.
Commissioner Yankee?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wells?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
President Cook?
Yes. Okay, public communication. We'll skip that tonight. No, I'm kidding. Comments from the audience. We have a nice group here tonight. Do we have a spokesperson? Or you come up and just introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Mary Ryback, and first of all, we wanted to say thank you for allowing us to present this issue, and for the beautiful pickleball courts that you've made for us. We enjoy them every day. All the residents do, even the non-residents. We have an issue at the courts. Bill did talk to you about it last meeting, and it's still happening. Nobody has done anything about it. We're constantly trying to get this fixed, and this group comes out from Hoffman Estates, it comes from Carroll Stream. They're non-residents. They're not residents, which is, I don't know, neither here nor there. But they do come and they monopolize the courts, they send people away, they call themselves a private group, they won't play with anyone. And we're just tired of it. We're tired of all the drama. We did a petition and we thought, you know what, these are our courts. We're all residents, and we all pay taxes for these courts, and we love them. And these people come, and they even took a barbecue grill, and they barbecued on the courts. They had food out there, they were partying, coolers on Labor Day. So a lot of us saw that. Several of our residents were turned away because they wanted to play several times. I'm out there trying to bring players from other parks to come play pickleball, and they're turned away. So that's our issue, and we're wondering if there's anything that can be done. Anybody have anything to offer?
Mary, you watched the meeting where we broached the subject, and one of the immediate responses, they were going to monitor the situation by having, a couple employees go out to the court on an irregular basis. It could be a Tuesday morning, it could be a Thursday afternoon. Have you seen any staff
No.
there while you've been there?
No.
And approximately how many days a week are you and some of the?
We're almost out there every day. And they come Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They're always there early. They come about 7:30, 8 o'clock, and they play until about noon, 1 o'clock.
Okay. Ben, I know, last thing I recall when we talked last week, we were looking at putting some signage with some rules about court usage.
Okay, they did put that sign out there. It does absolutely nothing. It just says how to paddle up. That's it.
It says how to, I'm sorry.
How to paddle up, in other words, how to put your paddles when you're ready to play.
Okay,
So there's like a sequence where you put 4 paddles and then another 4 paddles. Well, yeah, they do that amongst themselves. They don't do it for everyone. We had courts full, and they still wouldn't paddle up with us.
yeah.
The issue is when you invite people to come to your courts, and they're beautiful courts, Everybody who comes is amazed by them. And they try to come play, and they're turning them away.
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
even turned our residents away, our own, the people that live here.
Yeah. Part of the problem is all of our parks are open, you know, so if they're unscheduled, in other words, as a park district, if we don't have it scheduled, and it's during the open hours, you know, it's open to the public, so I'm not sure how we, you know, prohibit it. And let me finish, because I'm just, off the top of my head, I'm just trying to talk this through. You know, it's open to the general public, okay? You can't discriminate, and now we could set up programming or charge minimal fees and set up an organized program where you could have slotted times reserved for it. If you were want to develop a league that's big enough, obviously that's something that should also be done. Second, of our other associations where they get preferred time slots and treatments for things, or if it's just an event, maybe an event, spring, fall, maybe you can set it up. So what I would suggest is, obviously it's very popular, and we want to try and accommodate all our residents, and if there's a way to do it preferred, and to me, the only way to do that is through a registration process, and whether that's something we think there's enough use to do for us to do that, and then it comes down to how do we do fees if we're gonna charge fees. You know, we always charge more for out-of-town residents, give first come, first served to our residents as far as booking, if you're affiliated with us, so, but I think that's something we need to have more discussion with staff, and what I would suggest, Ben, I don't know if you have,
So I know, sorry to interrupt, but Mary, this is the first time I met you. Hello. I believe staff has been in contact with you, and then even the other gentleman, I think, that's in question that's doing this, so I
Doug,
don't know.
yeah, I've been in touch with Doug.
I'm gonna ask Tiffany if she has an update and with what staff has been able to find out about this whole situation.
Yeah, so I've been regularly meeting with Doug, and staff have been regularly going out to the courts between 9 and noon, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays to monitor the usage. And except for in the very beginning, staff have reported that the courts have not been full any time that they've been in attendance. The max that's been full is 4 out of the 6 courts at Rainbow Falls. So we did reach out to Hoffman to see how they operate their program. They basically put a registration system in place that they don't monitor. So there's still people out there that could be playing that aren't registered, whether they're residents, non-residents. They really just did it to make a few people happy. So it's not really an ideal situation. So staff have been monitoring it. They did update the rules, and they haven't seen it as an issue, and they have spoke to both sides, Mary and the other gentleman, and his name is Dave.
Well, I went to Fabrini, which is in Hoffman Estates, and they're doing a wonderful job. Their courts are not all full, and everybody paddles up, everybody rotates. This group comes from that park district where they played, and they were so belligerent that Hoffman Estates said to them, if you can't follow the rules here, you'll have to leave. And they left, and guess where they went?
So maybe
Elk Grove Village.
we maybe heard 2 different stories, because we did try to confirm that, and they said that's not the reason that
Yes,
they
it
left.
is. Yes, it
So.
is. And so they can say what they want. There's 2 sides to every story.
Of course
And
there
it
is.
seems like everybody knows about it. Crestview and Elmhurst, Chippewa and Des Plaines, Hamilton and Palatine, and of course Hoffman Estates.
so, okay, so I want to interject here for a second.
Okay.
So if there's enough people of interest to have a group of Elk Grove residents that want to reserve a time slot, to me, that's something I would be in favor of us accommodating, whether we charge a fee or not a fee, whether we record it as a voluntary thing. But if we have a group and we're going to program it, or let them program it, okay, as a group, I don't see necessarily a problem with that. What I would suggest, and I'd like to see, because we're all hearing this for the first or second time, is to maybe have a couple, 3, 4 of your group members meet with staff and go through what ideally how you would envision this, okay?
We do have an idea.
Okay, so relaying that to our staff,
Yeah.
then we can review that with staff to see if we can what accommodations we can make, okay?
Yeah.
So, no decisions are gonna be made tonight about, to do it, but I think we need to, I'd like to know what you guys feel would like to be done. And then we have to look from a legal standpoint. First of all, we can do it legally, because we can't discriminate, and it's open parks, okay? And then how we can best accommodate, if you have a large group of Elk Grove residents, to accommodate a time slot, a regular time slot, especially if you know you play certain days. It's almost like you have a mini league, already,
Well, we would like to do what Hoffman Estates did, because it works great over there.
which is what?
They'd have every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 9 to 12. Everybody paddles up, regardless if the courts are full or not.
So can I ask a couple questions? And we thank you for coming, because it's been a huge success. It's a great problem, and I will definitely lobby for more courts within the village. I'm 100% in agreement with that. But until we get to that point, are you asking the board to set up leagues or specific times, or are you asking the board to look at this individual, what I'm hearing, group, and make them follow the rules?
No, it's for everyone. It makes for fun play, everybody participates.
I don't disagree with that, but I guess what I'm trying to get to is, if there's a, lack of a better term, a bad apple, and if they don't want to follow the rules, then they wouldn't be welcome, if we find out that that's exactly what's happening. If that's what's happening, let's just say, by chance, that we subtract them from the equation, is everything okay?
Right,
And
everything's great.
how many people, no names, but how many people roughly are in this so-called group?
They have anywhere from 12 to 16 at one time.
Okay, so they can pretty much take over a court. 16 people.
Oh, they take up 3 to 4 courts.
Right.
Yeah.
So,
They turn people away though, if there's not.
Yeah, they won't let anyone play.
so I guess what I'm saying is before we start changing policies and leagues and registrations and stuff, let's take a peek at what this group is. Instead of asking them to come in and talk, let's ask the group that's possibly causing the problem to come in and talk. I think we're trying to find a solution from the masses when it sounds to me like the problem is a fairly small group.
The only problem I would have with that other group coming in is, and of course it's just me, I don't even care about them. They're non-residents. We got to concentrate on residents first. So I don't care if they say, hey, we follow the rules, we do everything correct. The bottom line is, like they said, we've got to cater to the residents. That's why we built the courts, is so our Elk Grove residents did. I don't care if a whole nother group of non-residents say we follow the rules and we rotate.
Well,
We
here-
have too much of a demand, and the demand has to be for our residents
To me,
first.
this is a great argument that we need more courts. When you have these many residents within how many months that that's open, and there's an issue, we need more. That's just plain and simple. The board and staff can figure that out. But I'm not against residents using open play for tennis courts, basketball courts, but how hard is that, Bill? You know this, is to tell non-residents you're not welcome. We can do it on fee structures at Rainbow Falls where we elevate their fees, which maybe gets a few of them to come out, and then all our residents can use it. But that is really hard to police.
No, just like Tom said, I think it's as simple as just putting a resident-only permit out there. You know what, from 9 o'clock to noon if you want. You know what?
Yeah.
You can hand out wristbands, you can do whatever you want, when it comes to how do you cater to the residents. I mean, to me, that's easy brainstorming. It doesn't have to be this humongous price discrepancy either. If it means that Mary's group has to come in and give $1, for Monday, Wednesdays, Fridays as the entire group, and we charge $100 for non-residents.
I
That's
just-
the message
I
that
guess-
residents first.
I guess my thoughts, I'm not speaking clearly because I'm not against the residents having time on a court. It's awesome. But instead of putting on staff this long, arduous registration program, before we jump into that, let's find out where the problem is and sit down with them and say, here's the deal. Here's the rules. We posted it. We could post a few more rules, whatever we want. And if they don't like it, then they're not welcome. Because it was said that if we got rid of that group, all's well so far, right?
Okay, but we have to have a procedure for doing that. Are they gonna call Ben, are they gonna call Tiffany? Who are they calling to get those people
I know, I'm talking about,
removed?
I'm talking about registration and wristbands and stuff like that.
Right. Well, you're saying remove the people that are there causing the problems.
If we had kids, whether they're residents or not, causing problems on a basketball court, 11:30, 12 o'clock at night, they're using their headlights for lights, whatever, they're causing disturbance. staff would go and take care of it and say, you're no longer welcome.
Well, okay, that's what I'm saying. So
That's what I'm saying we
have
do
to
with a
have them-
small group.
Have them call staff to come out when it's not, when they're not following the rules. I mean, it's-
I guess my point is, we can probably circumvent a lot of this if we find out who it is and a couple of us talk to them. I think we're taking the
Yeah,
path.
everybody talks.
So they've already said staff has already talked to them, yet we still have the problem.
Right.
All right, well, let's see what we can do.
Okay, I'm sorry. Go
Can I
ahead.
say something?
Yes.
Sure.
This isn't a resident.
Could you tell us who you are?
I'm sorry, my name is Barb Willard, I live in Elk Grove. It's not a resident, non-resident issue. I mean, everyone at all the park districts can use the pickleball courts. Padding up and open play, there's, open play means that anyone can come to the court from 9 to noon and join who's ever playing there. You all paddle up, you get your turn, you play with everyone that's there. No special groups that are, I walked into that situation. One day I stepped down into the court and I was told immediately that they are a private group and I could not play with them. That's what open play is that everyone plays, no matter where they're coming from, they're welcome to come from out of Elk Grove,
Right.
But these people think that they just have exclusive rights to 3 or 4 courts and they will not let anyone, penetrate their group, and that's open play, paddle up, they're not doing that, And it doesn't matter how many courts are full or empty. We've had, some residents come in and they're just one person thinking that there's gonna be open play when they're, in fact, the only group that's there is the big group that doesn't want anyone to play with them. So they say you can't play with us, and that this person ends up leaving, because there's not any. And then, I think a couple days ago,
Telling this group.
or it might have been yesterday even, they said, there was like three or four people from our group on the end, and the other group was there, and they said, oh, open play's over there, not here. Because they don't want anyone playing there, and that's not open play. So,
Correct.
Okay.
that's the problem, it's not resident or non-resident. We don't want to eliminate non-residents, we just want open play for
Right.
fairness for people who show up with one only, they come by themselves, they need other people to play with.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah, and I'm not looking to eliminate non-residents either, I would rather give priority to the residents. Kind of like we do with the travel programs. It's our house program first, and then it's travel, which is made up of Elk Grove teams, and then when the other teams come in, I don't want to see 2 non-Elk Grove teams on one of our playing fields. Mary, was there an issue on Saturdays?
No, that's not the issue.
No.
No, I understand that, that's something else. I'm talking about, was there a problem
on?
on Saturdays?
No, it's Monday, Wednesday, Friday. They come 3 times a week from 8 o'clock until noon, 1 o'clock.
Right.
So if that's our open play time, why are they saying they're a private group and you can't play? When you all are saying that's open play.
Okay.
We're not trying
Yeah.
to push them out.
Mary,
We just want them to follow the rules.
Can I interject? And I've finally heard exactly what the issue is, and the issue is they're monopolizing a few courts for their own personal
Yes,
group.
right.
Right, so we just need to tell them they can't do that. And if they continue to do that, they can't use the courts.
Thank
Right?
you, thank you,
Right.
thank you.
So I'll instruct staff, we'll monitor them, we'll go out there, and we'll talk to, I think we have this contact.
We do, we have Dave's contact.
So we'll tell him point blank, I don't care if we have to send him a letter, to tell him he's gotta follow the open play rules, and if his group does not, they will not be welcome back.
Well, their whole thing is we don't see any rules.
Yeah, well, we'll make it very clear, we'll set some
See, at Hoffman
expectations.
Estates, they have huge
Yeah.
board up and it has all the rules and everybody has to follow them. So if we have that here,
Well, we'll do
what's the
that.
argument?
Right, we'll do that. Well, but I also think that they need to know there's teeth behind if they don't follow them.
They need someone of authority to tell them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because if we say something, they just laugh at us, you know?
Yeah, I get it.
They discourage people from coming there.
Yeah, we have a bad reputation. People come from other parks, they say, don't go to Elk Grove because they won't let you play.
Right.
And we're like, what are you talking about? We love for you guys to come and play.
So do you know if these are other residents that are?
None of
Or is
them.
it non-residents?
No. They're all from Carroll Stream, Schaumburg, Hoffman Estates even, they're all from, no, not one of them is Elk
Okay.
Grove.
Well, we appreciate your patience because this board's new to pickleball, but clearly you all aren't. And we'll catch up. We will catch up and we'll make it right.
Yeah, Gary Jansen, yeah, the reason you didn't see problems is that group had not come for the last 2 weeks. But they did come this Monday and Wednesday. There's another group that comes on Mondays and Thursdays, and when they come, and the other group comes, and the rest of us are playing, it is completely packed on those Mondays. We will be busy again, well, today was Thursday, sorry. But, yeah, I had a friend from the senior center who came after the rest of us had left, and it was just that group there. He came by himself, and he was told, you can't play with us. So he left, and he has not come back. And then just yesterday, we had somebody from, I think it's Wooddale, that's the next one over. He said he came, and the first thing they said is, you have to go down there to play, because that's the open area. And there's 5 of us at the time, and if we had not been there, he would have been turned away as well.
I got it, thank you.
Thank you all.
Thank you.
So you will follow up to have staff.
Yeah, we're gonna set
Go
some.
on those
clear-
days.
We'll post rules, and we'll set some clear expectations for this group.
Yep.
If they don't follow them, then we'll tell them, don't come back.
Thank you.
Yep,
Thank you.
okay.
Okay, any other correspondence? Any commissioners have any correspondence?
Somebody coaching football. Yeah.
Nope, seeing none. Item 5A, approval of pay request 22 from Williams Architect for professional services and construction administration of the golf course and maintenance facility in the amount of $7,948.77.
So moved.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wells?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
President Cook?
Yes. Item B, approval of pay request 4 from Hacienda Landscaping for services and materials for the Haddendorf Oslad Park Development in the amount of $14,547.43.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call, please.
Commissioner Wells?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
President Cook?
Yes. Item C, approval of pay request number 1 from H21 Group for gymnasium pad and pouring of the floor at the Allen Haddendorf Center, the amount of $46,780.
So moved.
Second?
Questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner O'Malley?
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi?
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson?
Yes.
Commissioner Wells?
Yes.
President Cook?
Yes. Do you need to do this as a individually or can we do it as a group?
Can do it as a group.
Okay, next is approval of athletic advisory board members. I move that the following individuals be appointed to serve a 2-year term as an advisory member as an advisory member to the following boards: the Elk Grove Soccer Club Advisory Board, Carissa Tomas,
Tomes?
all of the above. The Elk Grove Travel Baseball Board, Patricia
Good luck with that one.
DeZubla, and the Elk Grove Youth Baseball Board, Chad Shelley.
Sounds like we're approving 6 people.
So moved.
All of those
Second.
comments was one person. Got a motion and a second. Any questions? Okay, I just want to clarify that these are, first of all, are they replacement for existing board members or are they additional board members?
2 are taking previous positions, and 1 is a newly created position.
Okay.
So Carissa's position, she replaced Kathy as secretary on the soccer board. The new position is Patricia, that's technology coordinator for travel baseball. So that's really just to get out in front of social media more and do some PR and marketing for them. And then Chad filled a position that's been vacant, which is their player development and league rules for baseball.
And these are all people that have been, they didn't apply directly, they applied to the advisory boards and they have recommended, approved these?
Correct, yes, the advisory boards have approved these individuals, and now they're seeking your approval so they can serve their 2-year term.
Okay. Any other questions? Roll call, please.
I have a question.
Okay, go ahead.
Sorry, just thought of it. Do we renew, you just said every 2 years, so that's a 2-year term, so do we renew them every 2 years?
They all have different election timelines and dates. It's all different, and some of these, like one of these left early, which is why soccer is being filled right now, because that normally wouldn't be till next year, so they all vary.
Okay, but
But yes, they do have a re-election and nomination process for each advisory board.
oh, and do we?
You don't approve?
No, we don't approve, we only approve when they
Unless it
additionally join
changes.
the advisory board.
Okay, thank you.
Any other questions? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Bianchi,
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Wells,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes. Now, committee reports, capital projects, Commissioner O'Malley.
Bob and myself did not meet. I just spoke with Mark earlier and Bob prior to our big capitals projects meeting, which I believe is taking 28th. We're going to meet as a subset, take a couple opinions from staff, a couple of opinions from a couple other commissioners, come to a consensus, and then report back to you that particular evening.
Can you by chance put pickleball courts on your agenda?
We can,
Thank you.
along with bleachers.
Okay, any other questions for Commissioner O'Malley? Okay, Finance Committee, Commissioner Walls.
No report.
Committee of the Whole, last Committee of the Whole was on September 9th. We discussed mask policy and vaccine mandates, or lack of mandates. We also had discussion on the garden terrace, noting that revenues have been down because of the COVID. Banquets have not been doing well, but that facility still is used for a variety of other events. We discussed and reviewed the NWSRA membership assessment. An old business. Commissioner Carlson questioned the high water bill at CAF, which Ben explained was due to the water coming from Hamilton Lakes. We lost the deal there, and now we have to pay the full amount. Was there ever a possibility we could do our own well there? Allowed, or would it be cost?
I mean, you can do a well. I mean, there is a cost to that associated.
I mean, would I task to allow that? I know.
I don't know if any of you guys were at the planning commission, but when I went, I mean, they seemed like they're holding us to their, rules, and so we never really broached that subject. It seemed, but yeah, that's something that didn't.
If
come
water
up.
keeps going up, it might be something we want to explore.
Yeah.
I know we did it at the golf course.
$7,000 a month is.
Yeah, I know we did it at the golf course, but I know there were some concerns with the village when we did that to make sure it wasn't getting in. Nobody's using it for drinking and things like that.
Right, because we had to hook up the city water for the buildings.
Right.
That was definitely something we had to do.
But it might be something you want to look into if that bill keeps going up, but that's.
Yeah.
New business, Commissioner Biecki discussed the bleachers at the community athletic fields and asked we to look at those for next year's capitals.
Been at it.
And that's all I had. Is there anything else? Okay, that ends my report for committee of the whole. And Athletic Committee, Commissioner Biecki.
Travel soccer has participated in tournaments in the past 2 weekends, and I believe on social media I saw that one of them, or maybe both of them, took first place. I thought I saw.
11U.
Yeah, so congratulations to them. And rec soccer is in the middle of their fall season with 152 participants. Basketball registration numbers are low due to the mask mandate. We currently have 72 participants that are currently signed up. The season is expected to begin in December. If you're interested in signing up, please feel free to go to either the Pavilion or the Handorf, or you may register online at Elk Grove, on the Elk Grove Park District website. Travel baseball, the indoor training season is, for the off season has begun. The teams are also looking at fundraising opportunities. House baseball, the first season of fall ball has been a success with 122 participants playing fall ball, and the season is expected to wrap up in mid-October. Football and chair. Football has 4 weeks left of regular season games with 70 tackle players and 26 flag players. Chair competitions kicked off last weekend, and they have 19 cheerleaders for sideline and 26 for competition. And then finally, softball, the fall season will be wrapping up in October, and they had 113 participants this fall. That concludes my report.
Okay, any questions for Commissioner Bianchi? Okay, golf course, Commissioner Carlson.
All right, they had the club championship, went real well on September 18th and 19th. This year's champion is, I gotta get it, Mike Helms with 2-day scores of 78 and 74. This is Mike's third time winning the championship. The next event is a 3-club tournament on October 16th. So you play with 2 clubs and your putter. They're still taking registration at the golf course. Hired the new kitchen manager, Caesar Betancourt, saying that right? He started September 17th, busy working on staff needs, equipment, and supply lists, and putting together a menu. They'll start taking out the trailers October 15th, so they'll have a temporary setup until get occupancy for the building. They're doing this now so they can finish the parking lot this year.
We have our grand opening for the golf course. We might want to have our chef provide all the food for the event so people can see samples of what we'll be serving.
We never really talked about when we want to do a grand opening, so I don't know if you guys have any ideas, but think about it.
Well, it'll have to be done first.
I know.
We kind of need to know
We
when.
were thinking, staff was thinking spring because it'll be done and ready to go, but I don't.
We can tie in with Christmas too, maybe. I don't know. Anyways,
Think about it.
things to talk about. Sorry, I didn't mean that.
No problem. So, yeah, that concludes my report on that.
Any other questions for Commissioner Carlson? Youth Committee?
Okay, this Saturday is the bonfire, the annual bonfire. It's from 7 to 9 o'clock at Lions. It's for 11 to 16-year-olds, and the concession stand will be open.
We're going to feel a little bit of rain coming down with the fire there.
Yeah, well, it's supposed to be on and off, not as steady, so hopefully it stays away.
How big is the pile this year?
Don't know.
The fire department regulates how big we can go.
Is it bigger than last year?
So typically in the past, what they do is they take 2 piles
Yeah.
of skids,
Yeah.
and then they put some lumber in the middle just to keep it going, and it tends to last a little bit longer than just doing 1 pile
Right.
and all that. So it seems to be a good. Will there be a DJ there?
We'll be playing the music,
Okay.
putting out our sound system.
Nice.
Okay, any other questions?
Nope.
Okay. Adult Center Committee, I did not attend October's meeting, but we do have some stuff going on in October. The Dancing with the Bands is October 7th from 7 to 9 p.m. at the Garden Terrace. Also, there's a couple classes that you can sign up for at the Sheila Ray Adult Center. Rules of the Road, if you're still driving, October 1st at 1 p.m. And Chat with the Lawyer, October 19th. Once again, call for an appointment on that. And that is my report. Old business? Any commissioners have any old business? Ben, you got any old business? New business? Okay, payment of the bills. Need a motion for payment of the bills, September 9th, 2021, amount of $225,301.41. September 12th, 2021, P cards in the amount of $149,427.78. September 16th, 2021, in the amount of $513,950.66. September 23rd, 2021, in the amount of $128,667.59. And finally, September 24th, 2021, the amount of $2,500.
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any questions on the bills? Comments? Roll call, please.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
Commissioner Wells.
Yes?
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes.
Commissioner Bianchi.
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes. And last, a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Second.
Roll call?
Commissioner Wells,
Yes.
Commissioner O'Malley,
Yes, Kathy.
Commissioner Bianchi.
Yes.
Commissioner Carlson,
Yes.
President Cook.
Yes. Meeting is adjourned. Thank you.